Hello friends, welcome or welcome back to Get Ready with America. My name is SJ, and this month I'm getting you ready for next year's elections state by state. This video will be discussing Arkansas, where yet another legacy candidate is making moves for the governor's mansion, and apparently they need a law that says the law can't suppress their religious freedom. My eye look will be inspired by Amy Lee, lead singer of Evanescence, which formed in Little Rock. If you want to watch any other 2022 state preview videos, I'll have my Votemas playlist linked below, where you'll also find links to more info about the elections in Arkansas. Standard disclaimer, this video was filmed and posted in December 2021. I hope the vast majority of the information I'm sharing will still be relevant whenever you're watching this up to the state's primary date, but we've all seen weird and sudden things happen in campaigns in the last couple years, so something in this video could be outdated at this point. I'm actually guessing specifically for Arkansas, could be around redistricting. Check the state government links in the description box for the most up-to-date information. Let's get into it. Republican Senator John Boozman is running for a third term in the U.S. Senate. So far, there isn't anyone with substantial credentials running against him from either party, but at least this year there is more than one Democrat running. In 2020, the sole Democratic candidate who filed to run in the primary wound up dropping out after the filing deadline, and the party is unable to replace a candidate unless they die, so no Democrat ran against Tom Cotton last year. Looking at the Democratic candidates, at least one of them will hang on for the general. Arkansas has 4 House districts, all Republican. None of the current members have confirmed if they're running for re-election, but I think that has to do with the fact that Arkansas just finalized their redistricting this week. The previous map kept entire counties intact, where the new one not only breaks up counties, some cities, like Little Rock, are broken up. You know, whatever you gotta do to discourage competitive races. Incumbent Republican Governor Asa Hutchinson is term limited and unable to run for re-election. We're likely to hear a lot about this race because only one Republican candidate declared, and that's Sarah Huckabee Sanders, former press secretary of the Trump administration. Look, I think she's repugnant, including for how she tried to spin herself into a victim for that joke, so I'm not going to hide my total disdain for her. Lieutenant Governor, Secretary of State, Attorney General, and a few other statewide elected positions are also on the ballot. Most incumbents in those offices are also term limited, so the new governor will have a mostly new executive team with them. Half of the state Senate is up for re-election. In the last cycle, Democrats lost 2 seats from their already small caucus, and with redistricting this year, it might not be pretty for them. All 100 seats of the state house are up, and Republicans currently hold 76 of them, having picked up 8 seats in the last cycle. One Democratic House rep has already announced their retirement due to the way their district was redrawn, so I'm expecting more, and I'm sad for the party as a whole. Arkansas was one of my states on Bernie's campaign, and I know my field team had a good experience there, and there are Democrats who care a lot and work hard to elect other Democrats and push for progressive policies. The chair of the party plans to take the new maps to court, so it might still be a bit before we get a final candidate list. Finally, an amendment will be up for a vote that would add the following to the state constitution. Government shall not burden a person's freedom of religion, even if the burden results from a rule of general applicability. Now, this differs from a federal law that says a substantial burden cannot be placed on religious freedom. And by removing that word, people can oppose almost any law on the grounds that it inhibits their religious freedom. Hilariously, they are voting on this at the same time that they're voting on an amendment that says any future constitutional amendments need to pass with 60% of the vote, not a simple majority. Yeah. Got to slip in one last thing before it's too late. Arkansas's primary is taking place on June 21st, and the deadline to register to vote is May 22nd. If you are a convicted felon, you need your sentence to be pardoned or discharged in order to register. There's a 1-week early voting period, apparently, because the date isn't listed on the election calendar for next year, but that's what the voting guide says. You need an excuse to vote absentee, and you can learn more about that in said voting guide, which is linked in the description box. What am I doing? Let's go with it. And that's the look. Please be sure to check the description box for the playlist of all my Votemas videos, as well as links to learn more about voting in Arkansas. I'll be covering all 50 states and DC over the month of December, so stay tuned to learn about your state. Please give this video a like right down there to feed the algorithm, and leave a comment about the teen look you were too chicken to pull off, because despite being an unabashed theater kid, I never went this deep even though I wanted to be a scene kid. Subscribe to the channel so the next Votemas video shows up right in your feed. Thanks, and I'll see you again soon.